Ain't God good? Let me just tell you how wonderful and mighty our God is. Day before yesterday, we came home, and I got a call to go to the hospital. My daddy was in the hospital with chest pains. So we went down there, and he seemed to be fine. They had gave him nitroglycerin. He seemed to be fine. But his blood work come back and said his kidneys looked really bad. So he wanted to ship him on to Kingsport. Well, we called Jerry Ward. He came and prayed for Dad, and then we come on to the tent because he seemed to be fine. They sent him on out to Kingsport, and about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, my mom got a phone call. It scared her, and she didn't answer it. And she said she got up and she got ready and got kind of together and to call back. So they had called my brother in that meantime. My daddy had coded, and they had worked on him for 25 minutes, and they needed her permission to stop. And when they finally got her on the phone, they said, "He's gone. He has no pulse. He's gone, but we need permission to stop." And she said, "No." She said, "He's not gone until my God says he's gone." Said, "You do what you got to do." And we had stood in line, and Brother Allen had prayed for my daddy and my brother, and the night of the tent before we knew that anything, had happened. But then they called back and they said, "We've got him back. He's on a ventilator, but we need to do dialysis. He was toxic. He was in complete renal failure." And when we got out there yesterday, I had talked to my husband, and he said, "We need to be in agreement. What are we going to pray?" And I said, "If my daddy comes back, I want him to be in a sound mind." I said, "We're going to pray. He's going to come back. He's going to come back in a sound mind. If not, then I want him to go on to be with the Lord." And that's how we prayed. And then when we got out there, the doctor came in, and she said, "We're going to take the vent out." They thought he would be brain dead, but he was starting to respond, and they said, "We're going to take the vent out." And they took the vent out, and we went back there at 2 o'clock. My daddy was sitting up, and he was smiling, and he was smiling, and I said, "Daddy, how are you?" And he said, "I'm great." And I said, "I know you're a miracle, Lord." I said, "My Lord has worked a miracle." I said, "Daddy," this is resurrection power, because you should have been gone. But he wasn't gone. My God said, "No." He said, "I'm going to show you how mighty I am." And he said, "He's not gone. He's got more work to do." And I give God all the glory for my daddy. I give God all the glory for all the miracles he's working under this tent. I give him all the glory. I love you, Lord. I love you, Lord. I thank you, Lord.
Thank you so much. Thank you. How's that for a testimony? Wow. I don't know.